We have only played 19 games this year in Season 6, but my eye is already looking towards the future and especially to the playoff run later on this year. Between now and last episode, I did a little bit of homework on some of the top options to acquire approaching the trade deadline here in a couple of months. We're obviously still a ways out from there, but again, I'm looking towards the future and I'm really thinking about the best fit for this team come playoff time, because come playoff time, there's going to be at least 2 players that are going to be taken out of our rotation as we go down from 10 men to about 8 men or around there. And that means that a guy like Corey Kispert or Marcus Sasser might find themselves without any playing time in the playoffs. And so I'm thinking about who is the perfect player for us to bring in that can be that kind of 3-and-D wing like Lou Dort here that can give us 3-point shooting and also really good outside defense, not just A+ on paper. So what I'm talking about here is the badges. What kind of badges do these players have? And if they have them, you know, what level are they? Are they silver, bronze, gold, Hall of Fame, whatever, and all of that. So it's that plus can they shoot the ball at a decent level? So I went through a couple of these players and I found a couple of options, most of which aren't going to be like too highly rated, but I do think that somebody like Cody Williams could be a potential guy for us to target. Now, I'm also kind of thinking about the rest of our rotation. I think that Cam Christie, who is a possible backup point guard, I think he could be better fit in his current role, no doubt, but also if we make the playoffs and we take Marcus Sasser out of our lineup or trade Sasser before the deadline, then I think Christie could just become the backup point guard behind Dennis and still be a starter, just with less of those minutes being in the shooting guard role and more so in the point guard role after the first quarter. I'm also thinking about Dylan Young. I think he deserves a chance to be a part of the playoff rotation again. I think he was good in the playoffs last year, but we're looking for somebody that can be that true outside defender that can really give us some stops and some steals and can really especially get around screens off ball. That's been a big problem for us since the Utah series is off-ball defense, and I think having somebody that has pick dodger or off-ball pass is going to be a real good acquisition for us to make. So Cody Williams, so far this year, I think I already skipped over his stats. This year he has shot 44% from the field, has only shot 33% from downtown, but does average over 1 steal a game. That is really useful. And in terms of his badges, in terms of the defense and shooting, he has the Challenger badge for well-timed shot contests. He's got Silver Glove, Silver Interceptor, both of which will help him get steals. He's got Off-Ball Pest. He's got Pick Dodger. And he's got Bronze On-Ball Menace. So plenty of badges tailored to his defense. He's probably one of the weaker options in terms of the 3-point shooting, but it's still a decent scoring option as like a 4th option. Now, we do have David Dennis and Cobb both on this list of guys with A+ outside defense, but I just haven't really seen it too much here, and I think it's because neither guy really has the badges for it. Like, Cobb doesn't have any defensive badges at all, and for Dennis, he does have some, but he just hasn't been as good as of late. He's got gold off-ball pests, and that actually is kind of it. He's got Bronze Glove and Bronze Interceptor, but we're looking for a guy that has more of those. And I think Herb Jones is another really good option for us to look at. Now, I'm trying to find teams that aren't really playing at a high level because I think those teams make more sense for us to make a move with. Like the Suns have not been very good this year. The Pelicans have been below 500 despite having a really good overall roster. And Herb Jones would be one of the oldest players on the roster if we were to add him. He's 31 years old, but at 85 overall. But he is a 3-and-D2 guard with Hall of Fame Challenger, Hall of Fame Pick Dodger. These are big badges to have for our off-ball and on-ball defense. he's got gold glove, and he's got gold interceptor. So this is a guy that we know can really be that game changer on the outside, and I think he has shot way better this year than Cody Williams has at 40% from downtown and 1.5 steals per game. I think right now Herb Jones is probably one of my top targets between now and the deadline. There's also OG Anunoby, who we know on this channel as a really, really good defender, can also shoot. But it seems like here in this universe, at least, shooting is not going to be his strong suit any longer. But he's also a guy that has plenty of really high-level badges for defense, goal challenger, interceptor, pick dodger, silver glove, and off-ball pests. So another really solid option there. So I think Herb Jones is my top option. You've got McDaniels as well, who has goal challenger, glove, interceptor, pick dodger. Really similar stuff to Herb Jones, not quite as high level for the badges, but still really highly rated. And he is not going to get the ball a lot, but when he does, he's been really efficient. Not so much at the line. So I think you got Herb Jones, then McDaniels as your top two options. So that's kind of where I'm leaning right now. And Herb Jones is kind of the perfect fit because he can guard guards and he can guard forwards too. McDaniels can probably do that, but he is going to be listed as a natural forward, not a guard necessarily. So that leaves you a little bit less of maneuverability. So I think those are my top options. And I'm really leaning towards Herb Jones. Not going to make that move just yet, like right now, but I will definitely think about a move to make. And I think options that we can look to give the Pelicans in exchange, I'm thinking about Sasser and I'm thinking about Corey Kispert. Especially Kispert because he has shot well from three, but he has not shot well from the field in general. And that's kind of all he can really do is shoot the ball. He's a really big liability on defense. And so far, he has the second lowest estimated wins added at -0.3 on the team, only above the rookie that has been way too bad in Braden McCaw. So I think Kispert is probably the top option to ship off to New Orleans. And then Sasser only has 0.6 EWA. And if we do make this move, that would thrust Cam Christie into that backup point guard kind of dual role. And my plan for this episode was to watch the game against the Kings and face off against Kibu Miller, who is a really up-and-coming prospect, or not even a prospect, really. He's kind of a star on his own right now. But the Kings are sub 500. They're not very good. They continue to lose games, and I think I would rather face the Rockets at home and get another test against pretty much the best roster in basketball, with 3 90+ overalls in their starting 5, plus a 90 overall coming off their bench in Dion Houston. Just simply put, the deepest roster in the league and the best starting 5 in the league as well. That does leave me curious. Who has been the best player on the Rockets? It's actually been, in terms of points at least, Cam Whitmore. 27 points per game through 22 games. 5 rebounds, about 3 assists, shooting the lights out at 55% from the field and nearly 48% from downtown. But Bauer is kind of playing that Jokic role. 22, 9, and 7/8 is his average. Gets steals, gets blocks, shoots the ball very effectively. So they got 4 players averaging 20 or more points per game. That is pretty insane. Plus Dion Houston coming off their bench is just extra cherry on top. So we are without Dylan Young this game. He's still hurt with the right hand fracture, but the Rockets come in number 1 in the conference. We are number 2, but we are several games back. And Frank Bauer has not been too great the last 5 games, so if he continues this poor run of form, I think we have a window for us to jump in front here in first place in the conference. But it's going to start right here with a win against the Houston Rockets here at home. And we're going to see our full showcase debut of the home uniforms. And tip-off is officially underway here in Mexico City in the Palacio de los Deportes. Our first full showcase game here at home with our court and uniforms. And we already have a turnover. Kylan Moore calling for a bad screen, and I really want to see this matchup between him and Frank Bauer, because Bauer has obviously been struggling. Moore's been having a breakout season, and I'm looking to see if he can have a better shooting day against Bauer, and if Cobb can have a really good game here as well, after he also shot relatively poorly in the opening night game against Washington. Here's Bauer with it. Going right up against Moore. Shot clock is under 5, and Whitmore is fouled on the 3 by Cobb. That'll put him at the line for 3 free throws to open things up here. Whitmore, as we talked about, is the leading scorer for the Rockets this year. Having a really strong season. I think he's top 5 in scoring in the entire league. But he misses the first free throw and hits the following 2. Dennis with it, leaves it for Christie. The mid-range jump shot won't go in, but that was a pretty good look. I'm not entirely sure how good Whitmore is on defense, so this could be a tough game for Cobb again, but I'm honestly not sure. The putback goes there for Bauer, and the Rockets lead 4-0. Cobb crosses over, gets by Whitmore, and drives inside for the Aztecs opening buckets. Strong drive by Thompson, but he's blocked out of bounds. That's Cam Christie with that rejection. They will inbound it to Cam Whitmore, whose 3 won't drop in. That was a pretty good look, though. Fast break. Christie draws the contact and will head to the line for a pair of free throws. Cam Christie so far this year has been really good as a third scoring option, or really a fourth scoring option behind Cobb, Dennis, and Kylan Moore. But 15.6 points per game for your fourth option and your starting 5 is a pretty good start to your campaign, I think, with one of the top offenses the league has to offer. Whitmore gets blocked out the rim. Not sure who that was. Might have been Kylan Moore or Cobb, as the lob is snatched out of thin air by Jabari Smith Jr. Catch and shoot triple, top of the key. That one's offline from Smith. Cobb looking to drive on Shepard. Hop steps, but can't finish through traffic. Got to make more shots like that against smaller defenders. Shepard crosses over, penetrates the paint, and lays it in for 2. Really nice move. Shepard coming off a 23-point performance, and the Rockets win against the Mavericks back on the last Tuesday. Good cut by Cobb, and he's fouled as well. Bucket assisted by Dennis. Really smart pass right there. That's Bauer getting pegged with the foul. The free throw is good to put Mexico City on top. And again, there are the standings as of right now in the NBA Cup. We are second place behind the Rockets. We actually won the NBA Cup a year ago against the Detroit Pistons, who are now the back-to-back reigning champions of the actual NBA, not just the Cup. So, a battle of the top Western seeds and the top NBA Cup seeds as of right now in this side of the brackets. There's Bauer throwing it down, assisted by Cam Whitmore. Cobb with it, leaves it for Dennis. Shepard picks him up. Space off the screen. The 3 is drilled. Thompson to Shepard, who responds in kind with a 3 of his own. Kylan Moore leaves it for Cobb. Wide open. Back-to-back trays for the Aztecs. We've yet to see Moore get involved here offensively, but a nice assist right there will get him his real first touch of the contest. Here's Whitmore. Baseline drive. Got around Cobb and Moore both. Going up against Smith, and Jarvis Walker gets denied out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock for the Aztecs. Last episode, we saw a very close first 3 quarters against the Wizards, who then pulled out, or pulled away really in the end in the fourth quarter, and won by double digits, hoping to have a close game That goes the entire distance and hopefully leads to a win for us, as that layup won't go for Christie, heavily contested down there. And we almost stole it, but Bauer is able to track it down and put the Rockets in front. And now we turn the ball over. Reed Sheppard picks Dennis's pockets. He'll drive it and score again. Dennis finds Cobb. He pulls up from the free throw line, but the shot's no good. Just like last game, I think this game will be a good test to see if Dennis can, get back on track defensively. He's going to be mostly guarding Reed Sheppard in this one, and so far Sheppard has 7 points. He's 3 for 3 from the field. You just got the assist right there. And the Rockets are now on a 14-6 run as we trail by 7 points and call timeout. I would also like to see the offense look more consistent and just well-oiled and have better passing than we had against the Wizards. There's a good finish right there for Cobb. And again, I want to see him and Moore shoot the ball better in this game and hopefully lead us to a win. That would be really nice. Here's Bauer. Deep triple. That one's offline this time. Dumped inside. Moore draws a double. Still fires on the fadeaway and tracks it down. It's out of bounds off of Jabari Smith Jr. Gonna inbound this to Cobb. He crosses over a couple times, makes a move. Lost his dribble, though. And Walker steps out of bounds. Rockets ball. Dumped inside to Smith. Walker on him. Smith looking to get to work here. He's really taking his time. And eventually the shot's no good. Alan Moore over Bauer. Those are his first points. Almost stole it, and now Bauer has a free path to the rim. Sometimes we just miss time steals. It happens to teams against us too. Just gotta do better at being ready for those kinds of looks. 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Rockets have been the better team. Cobb's three won't go. Had a huge mismatch right here with Bauer against Marcus Sasser. He finds Stewart instead for a contested shot. I think we'll take that. Downhill, left inside. Kylan Moore throws it down, assisted by Cobb. Whitmore fires from distance, but can't knock it down. Another one of those screens that frees him up as Cobb soars and throws down the alley-oop from Jarris Walker. And it's back to a 1-point game. Yeah, Whitmore so far, 1 for 4 from the field. Hit his first shot, has missed his last 3. Down below, Deni Avdija traded to the Magic. Not sure what team he was on before, but he is on a different team now. High ball screen set. Cobb steps back, tough shot, it's offline. On the other end, Bauer drives. The bucket's not going to count, but he does have a couple of free throws on the way. That's the second against Jarris Walker. First free throw drops in for Mr. Bauer, and he goes 2 for 2. We got Mark Williams out there for, I believe, the first time. Corey Kispert out there too. Screen set by Moore. Christie's got room to fire, but the shot's not going to go. Just a couple of good looks from 3 so far this game. Whitmore below the rim, and he stepped out. Or he's called for a 3-second violation. Either works. Moore finds room to fire, but misses from downtown. Again, he's only shot 30% from 3 this year. Not really much improved from a year ago. So we're waiting for him to be better. We got McCaw out there, but he's not even part of our rotation, as the layup will go for Christian Braun. But McCaw should not be in the game for very long, I don't think. Need an offensive spark here, and we're not going to get it here on this play as Sasser turns it over. We nearly get it back. No, we do. Kispert cuts off the pass. Fast break. Moore will take it himself, and he's going to have a pair of free throws. Deion Houston finally out there off the Rockets bench. And Moore this year has been really great at the line. 90%, which gives us at least 5 players on the team shooting 89% or better at the line. So that's at least a real strong suit for this Aztecs roster. Quick three on the way, and it's in there from Jabari Smith. These guys do not need that much space to fire off those triples, man. And they lead by 8 points. Defense not really showing up so far here. Offense has not been good either. But there's Mark Williams to pound it down. Houston has the final shot of the quarter. Jackson going for another 3-second violation. A second against Houston. And do we get a good look? We do not. Shots no good from Kylan Moore, and the Rockets lead by 6 through 1, 31-25. Work to do. Second quarter underway here in the Palacio de los Deportes. Rockets have the ball as the three is no good from Christian Braun. One thing I forgot to talk about before this game was that we have 3 first-round picks the next 2 seasons, which means that I am definitely open to moving those picks to acquire a guy like Herb Jones, who again could be that perfect 3-and-D fit that we are looking for to improve our defense and to give us an extra layer to the offense as well. Because if someone could come in and play that 3-shooter role like Kispert, but also give us great defense and to be our best on-ball and off-ball defender, that is like the perfect spot for us to go after. So that's going to be a talking point between these next couple episodes until we figure out what the perfect trade could be. Because who knows, the Pelicans might not want to get rid of Herb Jones. At least for that much, or that little, rather. Here's Kylan Moore behind the arc. Again, no good. He's now 0 for 2. Stewart throws up a shot. The ball rattles out, but it's going to be a foul against Marcus Sasser. They've already had plenty of free throws here in this game. Stewart knocks down both. High ball screen, pick and roll. Williams back out. Good job by Deion Houston that time to defend Williams. But it's not going to happen twice in a row. Reed Shepard driving, blocked. Great help defense by Mark Williams. Kylan Moore brings it up. Sasser waits for the pick. Fires the triple. That one's offline. Smith driving right past Moore. What a take right there. Showing off the speed and the agility. Dennis downhill. Right back to Williams again. Now Stewart steps into a 3 but can't cash in. Mark Williams pulls down the miss. Dennis, another pick and roll, another bucket for Mark Williams. He's 4 for 4 and heating up. Backdoor cut by Jackson. He passes back out to Reed Shepard. His shot won't go, but Jackson pulls down the miss and keeps it alive with Houston. Stewart, contested, offline. Houston pulls it down again. Now a third chance for the Rockets on this possession. Shot clock under 5. Jabari Smith Jr. No good. Moore drives it and is hacked on his way to the rim. He's got a couple more free throws. Jabari Smith coming off a relatively quiet game on their Tuesday win against the Mavericks. Only had 10 points, but shot 4 for 5. Might have fouled out in that game. But he's off to a pretty good start here, but does get called for the foul, which leads to 2 points for the Aztecs. And it's back to a 1-point game. Whitmore back in the game. Spins and gets blocked by Williams. Another Great job on help defense that time. We are actually top 5 so far this year in blocks per game at number 5. And the Rockets are second in assists at 36 a game, only behind the Kings, who average 0.2 more than them. We come in third place at 31, so a pretty big gap between us and them, but we're still top 3 as that triple drops in for Christie. That puts us back in front for the first time in a while. Off the screen, open look, and Shepherd continues to pour it on. I don't think he's missed a shot yet besides that one mid-range shot. I think he's like 5 for 6 or something crazy like that. Really hot start for him. It's left outside. Go defense by Shepherd. Dennis, the mid-range jump shot, just in and out. That's a tough shot, but it goes for Jackson. What in the world? Both teams have shot 50% so far, so we've pretty much done a pretty good job hanging around. Now it's about playing better defense, I think, and letting the offense continue their work here. As Christie thought about it, but chose not to go up. Shot clock under 5 now. Christie working on Whitmore. Fires from the elbow, and that is nothing but nets. Driving, pulling up. Shepherd, no good this time around. Now it's a good look for 3. Can Kylan Moore knock it down? No, he can't. And now we try to steal it, but Jabari Smith gets right behind Moore for the deuce. They've already got 10 assists here. Again, they average 36 a game. That's pretty incredible. We're going to give Kylan Moore a pull-up chance here, and he misses that one as he dribbled right into a shot contest. That's not good. Rockets also first place in rebounds per game as Jackson is knocking down some crazy shots here. I'm not even sure who that is. Is that Ian Jackson or Isaiah Jackson? Really not entirely sure. It is Gigi Jackson, so no longer in Memphis. He's now got a home in Houston as the 3 won't go for Christie. Shepherd blows by Dennis, scores, and is fouled. How is it so easy blowing by Dennis all of a sudden for most of these point guards? I don't understand. The Rockets extend their lead back to 9. Strong drive. Well, never mind. Christie lost it. Reed Shepherd picks up the steal. He's not taking care of the ball very well, not hitting the open looks on a consistent basis, and not playing good defense or boxing out well. The Rockets are just outplaying us in a number of areas. It's a 15-2 run. Is that accurate? I'm not sure it is. Maybe it is. Who knows? Christie. Back out to Cobb. I think it is actually, because it was 37-39. Now it's 41-52 in favor of the Rockets. Well, that 3 gave us a spark. We got Cobb back out there for the rest of the first half. Shepherd fires. No good. And Cobb able to pull it down. Had a mismatch here. Bauer guarding Cobb. Let's take advantage of this somehow. He drives and gets the foul calls. That's going to be Bauer's seconds. Cobb so far 5 for 9 from the field. 13 points. The back end makes it 14. Lobbing it up over the top of Mark Williams, and Dion Houston rises up to catch that. How unfair is it that the Rockets, they had Şengün, Bauer, and Houston all on the same team? I had to force them to trade away Şengün, but they still have the best 1-2 punch in a front court in the entire league, still with Bauer and Houston. Another bucket there for Houston. He crushed us in last year's match that we showcased, and so far he's playing well again. We lob it up rather, and that one is a bit off time. Houston, another bucket. This is absolutely unreal. They're pulling away here in the first half already. Cobb with it. Pulls up over Bauer, left it short. Houston boxes out Williams for the rebounds. So Bauer and Houston both on the courts. That is very hard to compete against. We're kind of playing a small ball lineup right now as well. Who is in at power forward? This is not a lineup that I have ever put in together in our rotation minutes. It's not supposed to be the guys that we have. But Dennis rises up and throws it down at least. Bauer just drives it. Did not score, but of course got the rebound. I think we have Cobb playing power forward right now. No way, man. The three won't go. Williams pulls down the miss. We've got both Walker and Moore at the scores table. And they will check in here as Dennis has a couple of free throws on the way. The first of which is perfect. So we got Walker and Moore back out there. Williams takes a rest. Now we can actually compete. But the Rockets take out Houston. And I think that small ball lineup cost us a couple of buckets there, I think, at least on defense. Whitmore drives it below the rim. Moore can't stop him. Come on, man. That's got to be a stop. Dennis gets the handoff. Throws it up off the glass. They lob it up again. And this time it's Jabari Smith who soars to throw it down. We've had no answer for their lobs, their backdoor cuts. They've scored at will, especially in the paint, it seems. That's been a problem so far. Open three, and Cobb connects. Thompson waiting for Whitmore to come open off ball. His three is offline, though. Here's a window to make our way back in this game. We trail by 7. We can have the final shot here in the first half if we want it. That is the game plan, it looks like. Cobb pulls up, but is no good. The Rockets lead 62-55 at the break. Rookie leaderboard here at halftime. Elijah Banks, the first overall pick, ranks over Henrik Wahlgren and Donald Parker. But Wahlgren and Banks dropping plenty of points per game and other stats too, with 6 assists for Banks and 6 rebounds for Wahlgren. So two really promising rookies so far. But we trail by 7, looking to come back here in the second half and get a statement win against the #1 conference team. Third quarter begins here in Mexico City. Rockets once again start the quarter with the basketball, looking to feed Frank Bauer early on. His fadeaway is offline, but Thompson comes in for the rebounds. The three from Whitmore won't go, but we gotta do better on the glass. Cobb has been way better on the glass this year compared to any previous year, like an 8 rebound per game clip, which is very good for him and very good for any guard for that matter. But Thompson is the best shooting guard in terms of rebounds per game. But he gives up the bucket here to Cobb on the backdoor cuts. And Cobb has been really good so far. 19 points, has shot the ball well, hit all his free throws. The other guys like Colin Moore to step up here as Dennis is called for the foul. Just cannot stop Reed Shepard tonight. Continues to add to his tally and keep the Rockets in front here. The free throws are both in there. Dennis looking to return the favor. Fades away, but a little bit too strong on the shots. Here's Smith just blowing by Walker. That was not even any kind of defense. That was awful. Screen comes up. Dennis fires, but can't hit. And so far, I think the Rockets have shot better from 3. That's been a difference maker in this game. And they have still scored at will, it seems, in the paint. And we have good paint defenders, at least on paper, but blocks are not the only stat that counts down there. It's about actual stops as well. The Cobb 3 is going to drop in again. He's keeping us in arm's reach. Whitmore comes off the pick, fades away, and still knocks it down. We have not hit shots like that so far. He's only 3 for 10, and yet the Rockets have had no problem staying in front here. Cobb Looking to attack the basket, and Bauer picks up a block and a rebound on the same exact play. Whitmore blocked out of bounds by Kylan Moore. Inbound Whitmore. He finds Thompson, who attacks the basket and completely throws it down over Christie. They just have a lot of great athletes. We do too, but they have too many guys that can go off and score from all three levels that it's almost impossible to play great defense. It's kind of like the Utah Jazz, except this team is great on defense and offense. Cobb continues his offensive display and has already matched his point per game average on the season, but right now it's not quite enough. Rockets lead by 9. Whitmore's 3 makes it 12. Cobb fires a foot inside the arc. This time it's not going to go. And Bauer pulls down the rebounds. Dennis jars it loose, but they get it back, and then we steal it back again. Good hands by Dennis on defense this time. Now Christie is going to get called for a 3-second violation. Oh, man. Shepard sets the screen. Thompson finds Smith, who throws it down and is fouled by Kylan Moore. Yeah, this is not looking too great right now. Rockets extend the lead to 15. Cobb floats it over the top to Jarris Walker for the flush. Shepard stripped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rockets. This game also a matchup just like against the Wizards back on opening night where they have like a 7-foot player just casually at power forward, which we could do if we put more back there. So a bit of a tougher matchup again for Jarris Walker, kind of like last game against Alex Sarr, but that's just how it goes. Shot won't go, and Smith pulls it down, gets blocked, and Bauer keeps it alive. We gotta box out, man. This is crazy. Thompson has free throws on the way. I mean, we're just giving them chance after chance to score the basketball. We have not played good defense, and even after multiple stops, we're still giving them chance after chance to put points on the board here. Cobb up to Dennis. Now to Walker. Missed it. Got it back. Shot clock under 5 now. Cobb's going to have to create. He hits the reverse. Shepard drives it, and he's fouled. These guys are so good at drawing fouls too, man. And they don't miss them. Shepard's like a 94% free throw taker this year. And he's hit 4 out of 5 so far tonight. Off-ball screen setting up for Cobb, but Shepard picks him up off the switch. And now Cobb looks to attack the mismatch. And he's blocked by Bauer, who times the help defense perfectly. Thompson finds Bauer out of a shot. Now Whitmore tries from long range. It's offline. Now a mismatch down low. Moore draws a double team, still fires, and he's done that twice now, and both times he has not scored. Thompson blocked by Jarris Walker. We get it right back. Another mismatch inside. Moore finally passes out to the wide open man, but Christie can't take advantage. That is killer. Driving and scoring. How did that one drop in for Thompson? These guys are just hitting some insane shots, and we are not. Free throw in there. 16-point lead for the Rockets. And if they lead by that much in the fourth quarter, I'm probably just going to send to the end. Cobb cuts inside, but he's blocked again by Jabari Smith. Stewart on the fast break throws it down. And we have no answer for the Rockets right now. There is a clear gap between us and them, talent-wise, and just how they play the game. Seems like everybody but Cobb is getting outplayed so far in this one, as his three continues to drop in. Whitmore, blocked by Kyle Moore. Way to pick him up. Christie leaves it for Cobb. Thought twice about it this time. Takes the screen and finds Walker for the jam. Inside to Bauer. He got the offensive rebound. Oh, this sucks, man. I hate watching us get out-rebounded time and time again. Shot clock under 5 for the Aztecs now. Sasser, tough shot. Got it to go. Finally, a bucket like that drops in for us, but we did a lot more of those by game's end if we want any chance to come out on top here. Whitmore, catch and shoots. It rattles out. Christie finds Walker on the baseline. He lays it in for 2 to cut the Rockets' lead down to 12. Another off-ball screen set. Trying to get Whitmore open, but so far his shot's not falling consistently. Cobb cuts, throws it down, and it's back to 10. Making our way back in. Let's keep this going and close this quarter as strong as possible. Bauer the pick. Stewart into the open 3, and it's absolute money. Cobb trying to answer. That shot just misses, and with a takeover on, I feel like that shot's got to fall more often. Backdoor lob, and Cobb is there to knock it away. Good heads-up play on defense. The shot from the elbow, though, will not go for more. That was a contested look. That was not a smart one. And Whitmore gets blocked by the rim. Great contest by Christie. But, of course, the Rockets retain possession. Thompson has to find a shot. The pull-up is offline. We can still close the quarter strong and have a chance to come back in the fourth quarter if we just get a couple stops, make a couple shots here. We're setting up for Cobb again. He's wide open, a few feet behind the line. That time it'll drop in. Thompson drives baseline. Christie's right there. Whitmore over Cobb, can't connect. A bucket here would be pretty crucial, I think, to our comeback efforts. And Moore rises up off the alley-oop, assisted by Cam Christie. And now we're playing a 2-3 zone, which leaves Smith wide open. We just randomly moved to a zone. I'm just going to take it fully out of our playbook and out of our game plan. I've had enough of that. It always leads to an open shot. Cobb. Oh, I wanted that bucket so bad. But the free throws are still going to be key because it's going to be a 9-point game if he knocks down both with 1 quarter left. So, a good way to battle back after going down by like 18 points. We've cut the lead down to only 9. We got 12 minutes to complete the comeback efforts. 94-85, Rockets in front. All right, fourth quarter begins. Aztecs finally start with the ball and a chance to close the gap to less than 9. Kispert, Christie, Williams, McCaw, and Dennis out there right now. Still not sure why McCaw is getting much playing time, but a pretty horrible offensive opener right there to start the fourth. And now an open look for Whitmore, who cashes in from the corner. Just a bad sequence to open things up. Screen comes over. Christie takes his time and still cannot line things up correctly. Whitmore, quick shot off the window. That is a crazy shot. Kispert is contesting that so well. And it's just too easy for Cam Whitmore, I guess. Lead back to 14 for Houston just like that. Kispert has been a no-show completely here in this game. Pick and roll. Williams throws it down. Whitmore over 2 defenders offline. Now I think I could have perhaps started Williams at the 5 this game to give us a better edge on the glass. Because I feel like if we have Moore and Williams out there together, we probably do a better job at defensive rebounding and allow less offensive rebounds. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. I just gotta check the heights, I guess, and the rebounding skills next time we face a top-tier team like this. Or Washington, for that matter. As Christian, or that's actually Nikola Jovic. How many players do they possibly have that are good role players on this team? They got Jovic, they got Braun, they got Stewart coming off their bench, Dion Houston. Just never ends with the Rockets. There's Williams again, fouled on the dunk. And the free throw, if good, will put it back to 9. It is up, and it's out. Now a fast break triple, and Whitmore once again knocks it down. Christie finds Dennis wide open, he responds. Driving, pulling up, shots no good from Shepherd. Now going back to the talk about the potential trade for us to make for a 3-and-D player, I do think that if I do acquire Herb Jones, I would start him over Cam Christie purely for his defense, and that will allow us to play Christie as the backup point guard over Sasser. Sasser has not really done a whole lot. He's had a couple of tough shots for sure, but he's a traffic cone defensively. He's not the best passer in the world and occasionally goes ice cold from the field and takes some really contested shots. So I would probably start Herb Jones at the 2, keep Cobb at the 3, at least starting out, and have Christie be like a 26-minute backup playing point guard, shooting guard, and maybe some small forward as well off our bench. As another bucket goes for Whitmore, just absolutely feasting here in the 4th quarter after a relatively poor shooting start to the game. Screen set by Walker. Kispert finds him for the open shots. It's no good. Thompson fires the 3. It's no good. I would have definitely checked out of the game if that one would have gone in. Williams, the screen. Dennis has a lane, scores, and is fouled. That's a big play right there. 7:36 left to play. Cobb back out there. So is Kylan Moore. The free throw is good, and the game is the closest it's been since halftime. Off the screen, Thompson looks to drive, gets by Kispert, and is fouled by him on the way to the rim. Again, Kispert, I think he has got to go before we reach the deadline, folks. I'm just not really seeing it. I thought it was going to work out. He's hit some threes, but that's his job. That's all he can really do. So I'm just not happy with this play. He's definitely going to be on the chopping block here soon. Screen comes up. Cobb fires the mid-range jump shot, which rattles in. Bauer the screen. G.G. Jackson fires, misses the shot, and we get the rebound. Here's our chance. Cobb lobs it for Walker. Had to reach back and get it. But he's a crazy athlete. And now the lead's down to 6. The crowd is on their feet and loud for the first time in a while. Shepherd's 3 is offline. You gotta score here. Make the Rockets sweat. Dennis, do not go up with this. Oh, he does, and he draws the foul. Never mind. Smart play, and now that's already their 5th in the quarter. We're in the bonus for the rest of regulation. Still over half the quarter left to play. And Dennis is not one to miss. Off-ball screen setting up. Jackson fires. Good job by Walker to get there in time and have a solid shot contest there. Dennis, no good. Rebound goes to Smith. That was a good shot, though. I want more of those. Bauer pulls up and connects. That is a really nice look. He's only got 17 points, but he's been involved in a lot of different areas. Has really made a great impact for the Rockets so far in this game. He's played good defense on Kylan Moore, too, who's not really been heavily involved offensively like he was back in opening nights. But free throws for Cobb. That's number 6 on the Rockets. And that free throw right there gives Cobb 40 points on the night. Almost stole it, and now Bauer gets free points. That's the 3rd time that's happened this game. God, that's so annoying. Sasser has more. He's not going to fire the deep 3. That's probably the right move. Who do we go to instead? Backdoor. Cobb reverses. He's fouled on the dunk as well. One of the first quarters that I've seen us really attack the rim and do a great job at drawing fouls on a consistent basis. 3-point game. We are slowly chipping away. Let's keep this up. Off-ball screen set for Bauer. Moore gets caught. Bauer is open for 3, but can't cash in. Screen comes up. Cobb steps back and ties things up at a $112. Here we go. Crunch time, and it's all down to these last 4.5 minutes. Anybody's game now. We have momentum. Can the Rockets stop it and get some of their own? Thompson flashes, fires, misses. Cobb to put us in front. It's going to count despite the loose ball foul from Kylan Moore. 115 to 112. What a run by the Aztecs. But the game's not over. Another screen for Thompson. He's going to think about a 3. Bauer will tie things back up. Lobbing it up, and Dennis soars over Shepard, spinning midair. Dennis does have the clamps takeover, so this should help our defense, at least on Shepard. Whitmore, he's been hot in the 4th quarter. He's going to fire a triple, but he cannot put the Rockets back in front. Morse calling for it. Cobb feeds him. And he draws the foul. That's the 4th on him, number 8 on the Rockets. They keep adding up. Moore's only got 10 points. As I've been saying, he's not really been too involved offensively. It's been really good low post defense by the Rockets for the most part. But he's now a really good free throw shooter. We can trust him there. We have a 2-score lead. Let's protect it. Out of the Rockets' timeouts. Whitmore drives, scores, and Cobb is called for a pretty big foul. Whitmore has taken over for Houston's offense here in the waning moments, really just the entire 4th quarter. That's a big 3-point play. Waiting for something here. We're going to look to Dennis. He's wide open and can't connect. That one's got to go, man. Thompson. Oh, he can't. It's going to be a turnover. Bad screen by Bauer. Huge call. Screen comes up. Our 2 stars in the 2-man game. Cobb fades, hits it off the glass. That is an insane shot. He's got 52. We are watching a spectacle unfold from John Cobb. Shepard driving, and he's fouled by Walker. Bucket's no good. We've had trouble containing him this game. And the Rockets are not going to be a team that goes away late. This one is coming down to the wire. Another pick by Moore. Cobb fades on the 3. It just rattles in and out. The Rockets have a window back in the lead. If they can make a shot here or draw a foul and hit a couple of free throws. Bauer, the screen. Whitmore fades. Can't cash in. And Walker boxes out for the rebounds. Cobb is feeling himself right now. Comes off the screen. Tries again. That one is absolutely drilled. And the crowd is now on their feet once again. Under a minute left to go. Rockets trail by 4. The offense has come to life here in the fourth quarter. Shepard is fouled on the way to the rim. More free throws. And the Rockets are now in the bonus for the rest of regulation. The first shot is off the rim, though. A crucial miss by Shepard. I am surprised that he just went 1 for 2. That is a really big miss. We lead by 3. We gotta call on Cobb down the stretch. He's been absolute money. Dennis will try instead, and it's not gonna go. That is a really tough shot amongst the trees. Just don't allow a 3 here. They're gonna have to foul us next time we have it, unless they hit a 3. Whitmore scores! Not another 3-point play. Jarris Walker, come on! That's his 5th. And the free throw is good. That is just so brain dead. Oh my God. Well, here it is. This game might head to overtime unless we hit the game-winning shot right here. Cobb has the ball. Is he the guy that we call on to put the game on ice? He'll try a 3. It's no good. And they will have .3 to get a shot off. Is that going to be enough? I'm not sure. But if I watch us lose to another 3-point shot, I'm not sure what I'll do. Shepard, no good, and it's overtime we go. What a comeback. But now, free basketball on the way. Let's make the most of it. And overtime tip-off is won by the Rockets and Frank Bauer. Here we go, tied at 124. There's too many 3-point plays given up down the stretch by our defense, and that gave the Rockets a chance to now win the game here in the extra period. Shot won't go for Jabari Smith, and we have it. Moore rises up for the alley-oop jam. Shepard spins away from Dennis and still scores between 2 defenders at the rim. He's got 21. He's only missed a handful of shots, missed a couple of key free throws too. But he's been really good tonight. Moore the pick. Dennis. Gotta find something. Cobb readjusting. How does that one get out? Moore pulls it down, and it's gonna be a goaltend. Bauer for 3. Cannot put the Rockets in front. And we turn the ball over. Jarris Walker lost it. Whitmore with the steal. Our 9th turnover of the night. But we get it right back. Dennis cuts off the pass. Floats it for Cobb, who can't lay it in. What is it with the layups not dropping here, man? Whitmore can't score. Really good defense right there at the rack by Cobb. Dennis waits for the screen. Now looks to drive on Shepard. Throws it up and in. Bauer fires and hits. That is another just really contested shot. But they're just too good, man. Cobb wide open. He's kind of gone cold here, man. That's the wrong time to go cold. Right at the end of the fourth quarter. He's missed his last 5 shots, I believe. And now the Rockets can't tie things up. Really awkward shot there from Jabari Smith Jr. Cobb steps back. Thought twice about the 3. Shot clock under 5. Christie has room. Drills it! 5-point Aztecs lead. Let's protect it this time. Shepard going up against Dennis. Passes out to Smith. Shot clock under 10 for Houston. Whitmore off the screen. Can't respond. Cobb drives it and draws the foul. More free throws. MVP chance for John Cobb. Has yet to make an all-star appearance. But this year, I think he's playing like he is out for blood and wants it this time. He'll boost our lead up to 7. Under 90 seconds left to play now. Shepard picks up his dribble. Gets it back, fires a 3, it's online. Screen comes up from Moore. Cobb leaves it for him, driving in for the jam. The game is not quite over yet though. Shepard, no good. Now it might be over. Up to Moore. We've got numbers. He'll just score and still get the foul against Shepard. And this should put the game out of arm's reach for the Rockets. The free throw will extend our lead to 9. And time has officially run out for Houston here in Mexico City. What a win. That right there is one of my favorite wins of the entire series to this point. What a way to fight back and hold on to the lead by game's end, win the game in overtime. The offense came to life and we win behind a season high from John Cobb. What a win. We outscore the Rockets by 9 in the fourth quarter and 10 in overtime to win by as much. And that was not only a season high for Cobb, that was a career best. 57 points is now his highest scoring game of his career. And what a game it was against the top Western Conference team, the juggernaut of the NBA. What more can you ask for from him? What a way to show up. Kylan Moore, after a relatively quiet game, had some big plays late. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. He was everywhere. David Dennis, 21 for 9. Missed a couple of wide open looks, but for the most part played very, very well. Christian Williams also scored double figures. Jarris Walker, 12 rebounds, but still gave up, I think, way too many on the offensive glass for Houston. 20 plus for 4 different players like their averages would suggest. It's all 4 of them, Whitmore, Shepard, Bauer, Smith, but we still outpaced them somehow. They took 13 more shots than we did. They had like 24 more fast break points than us, but the paint points were actually very even. We actually scored more inside than they did. They actually only had 9 second chance points, but I feel like that's gotta be wrong because they had 16 offensive rebounds. Maybe we just played good defense after those plays, but look how even most of these stats are. Paint points, very close. Second chance points, very close. Bench points, relatively close. Assists are the same. Offensive rebounds, leaning more towards them, but we had 5 more defensive boards. Steals, pretty comparable. Blocks, turnovers, team fouls, all similar. Very, I think, closely matched teams. I think they still have the better roster than we do, but we just played a great second half and especially a great fourth quarter on the way to the win. And that comes off back-to-back L's. So a great way to get back in the win column and just make a statement here in game number 20. Now, I was planning on going through some more games this episode, but that was a bit of a extended game thanks to the overtime period. I think it's a good place to leave off of while we consider that trade. Because I think in this game, we did see that Corey Kispert and Marcus Sasser, despite Sasser, shooting 2 for 3, hitting a pretty big shot there in the third or fourth quarter, I think Kispert once again proved that he's kind of a defensive liability and does not actually give us that much offense. He played almost 20 minutes and did not even take a shot this game and also missed a free throw. So I think it's very, very clear now that he needs to be moved and that either Sasser or somebody else should be made room or should be moved to make room for a guy like Herb Jones. And again, like I said, we have draft capital to work with here. We have 2 first-round picks next year and 1 this year, and still have all of our first-round picks the rest of the years that we can actually use in a trade. So we have plenty of draft capital to use. I am more than open to moving those picks to acquire a guy that could completely catapult us to a true championship contender. But a win against a fully healthy Rockets team despite missing Dylan Young for us, that is a pretty surprising result, but a promising one nonetheless as well. So we're going to leave it right here. We are 14-6. A big win against the Rockets, I think, will change how we approach the rest of our year and how we think about where this team can go. But that move is still on our minds. Now it's about preparing and actually making the move to acquire a guy like Herb Jones. I want to see some thoughts down below from you guys on who you want to see us take. Is Herb Jones the guy that you think we should go after, or is it, you know, maybe McDaniels or Cody Williams or somebody else in that realm? Leave your thoughts down below. I will think about that between now and then. So please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Take care and have a great day.